Hello. In this lecture, we will study about the extrinsic semiconductor and its conductivity. Extrinsic semiconductor is of two types, N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. N-type semiconductor is made when a semiconductor such as silicon or germanium is doped with a pentavalent atom such as phosphorus, arsenic or antimony. Then N-type semiconductor is formed. To understand this, let us consider germanium is doped with arsenic. The 4 valence electrons of arsenic form covalent bonds with 4 germanium atoms. And the 5th electron of arsenic atom is loosely bound. It is an arsenic atom. The 4 forms the 4 bond and the 5th one is loosely bound. So arsenic loses this electron, so it has a positive ion, but the number of electrons and the number of protons in a material is same. So material as a whole is neutral. The 5th electron from the dopant atom or from the arsenic atom will have energy slightly less than the energy of the electrons in the conduction band. It is a valence band, it is a conduction band. So its energy is slightly less than the conduction band. So this land. So this electron or the energy level of this electron lies below the lower level of the conduction band. As this atom donates the electron, so it is called donor level and its energy level is called donor level, and the impurity atom is called donor, and the N-type semiconductor is also called donor type semiconductor. Now this is a valence band and it is the conduction band. It is the forbidden band for germanium, and this level is a donor level. The 5th electron from the donor atom lies at this level. It gains some thermal energy and jumps to the conduction band. This energy gap is 0.045 electron volt. This level is donor level. Now these are the electrons in a valence band. It is an electron in a donor level. As it gains the energy, the one electron jumps from there and another is from here. So the number of electrons in a conduction band is more than the number of holes. So in N-type semiconductors, with the doping, the number of electrons increases and the number of holes decreases as some of the electrons recombine with the holes. Consequently, in an N-type semiconductor, free electrons are the majority charge carriers and the holes are the minority charge carriers. If N and P are the number of electrons and the hole concentration, then this will be the relation, where Ni is an intrinsic carrier, N is number of electrons in extrinsic semiconductor, number of holes in extrinsic semiconductor. Now let us discuss the P-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor is formed when a semiconductor is doped with a trivalent atoms like indium, boron, gallium, phosphorus, etc. Gallium, etc. Then the P-type semiconductor is formed. Now, to understand this, let us consider the germanium is doped with indium. And the 3 valence electrons of the indium form 3 covalent bonds with the germanium atoms. The vacancy that exists within the 4th covalent bond is a Now see, as there is a vacancy, so there is energy level which accepts the electron is a acceptor level and is slightly above the valence band, and this energy gap is very small. The hole which is deliberately created may be filled with an electron from the neighboring atom, creating a hole in that position from where the electron is jumped. Now suppose these are the covalent bonds and here is a hole. So the electron jumps from here, the bond is formed, and here the vacancy is created. So the trivalent impurity is called acceptor atom. Hole is associated with a positive charge moving from one position to other. Therefore, this type of semiconductor is called p-type semiconductor. The acceptor atom produces an energy level just above the valence band, as I already discussed. The energy level is called the acceptor level. The energy difference between the acceptor energy level and the valence band is much smaller than the band gap. I have shown it. Electrons from the valence band can therefore easily move into the acceptor level by being thermally agitated. P-type semiconductor is called acceptor type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor holes are the majority charge carriers and the electrons are the minority charge carriers. And as in the N-type semiconductor, same is in the P-type semiconductor. N is the number of electrons, P is the number of holes, it is the number of electrons. In extrinsic semiconductor, it is the number of holes in the extrinsic semiconductor. Ni is the number of charge carrier in intrinsic semiconductor. Now the difference between the intrinsic and the extrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductor is a pure semiconductor. In extrinsic semiconductor, the atoms of the group 3rd or the group 5th are added in the atoms of the group 4th L. The conductivity of the pure semiconductor is low, conductivity of the extrinsic semiconductor is highly increased. Conductivity increases with the rise in temperature, while the conductivity in the case of extrinsic semiconductor depends on the number of dopantes. The number of holes in a pure semiconductor is always equal to the number of free electrons or the number of electrons in conduction band. In extrinsic semiconductor or in N-type semiconductor, the number of electrons is greater than the number of holes, and in P-type the number of holes is greater than that of the electrons. It is the difference between the semiconductor and the conductor that the conductivity of the metal or the conductor is more than the conductivity of the semiconductor, and at 0 Kelvin the semiconductor behaves like an insulator. And with the rise of temperature, the conductivity of the semiconductor increases, while the conductivity of the conductor decreases with the rise in temperature. Conductivity of the semiconductor increases with the increase in potential difference up to some limit. Conductivity of the conductor is an internal property of the metal and it doesn't depend on the applied potential difference. Although with the increase in the potential difference, the amount of current increases. It does not obey Ohm's law. It only partially obeys it. It obeys Ohm's law. In case of the semiconductors, doping of the semiconductor increases the conductivity. And when a conductor metal is doped with another metal, then it forms the alloy and decreases the conductivity. Now the electrical conductivity of the semiconductors, as you know, the current is the sum of the electronic current and the whole current. As you know from the current electricity chapter, that the current is equal to NEA into drift velocity. Similarly, for the holes, it is written in this way. So I is equal to NeAVENHEAVH. From the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, so I equals to V upon R. Taking EA common, this can be written in this way. As you know, R is equal to rho L upon A. So we get this expression as E is equal to V upon L. So V upon L is replaced by E. And velocity per unit electric field is mobility. So this will be the required expression. Now the conductivity depends on the electron density and the hole density, and moreover it also depends on the mobility of the electron and the mobility of hole. Mobility of the electron is more than the mobility of holes. Thank you and have a nice day.